means I lost.
Uh-oh. You lost the game.
Stop. Why would you start the podcast like that? What year is it?
You're fucking welcome.
I just saw this new YouTube video. It's called Gangnam Style. Have you heard of it? What the fuck?
It was a sunny day anyway, so why should we complain? It was a sunny day anyway, so why should we?
Welcome to the Thunder and Lightning podcast. I'm Thunder.
And I'm Lightning.
So a bit of housekeeping. One, if you are someone who comes to exclusively to the Thunder and Lightning podcast to get your news, we are recording this on April 16th, and it is Friday, April 16th, and it is going to be uploaded Friday, April 22nd. So if something crazy in the news happened last week, we missed it. Forgive us. Also, you and I should not do what we probably want to do right now, which is speculate about episode 5 of Falcon and the Winter Soldier, because by the time this episode airs, episode 6 will have already aired.
Okay.
And we have not seen episode 5 yet.
I think I can wait like an hour.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah, an hour-ish. No one's the podcast. I don't think the podcast has gone an hour in 3 months. Lightning, how was your week?
My week was pretty good. Lots of homework. Because I'm back in school now, which is great and also terrible. I got my first vaccine on Tuesday.
Yes.
So exciting. Everybody should get their vaccines.
I'm getting my second one the 28th.
Nice. Did you get, I feel like I didn't ask, Pfizer or Moderna?
I got Pfizer.
Yeah.
You got the
I got
M1,
Moderna.
right? Yeah.
So that was cool. I didn't really feel that many effects from it. I was tired, but and my arm hurt the next day.
Right, yeah.
But other than that, I was totally fine.
Did it hurt a lot? I found myself not being able to do anything.
It only hurt when I moved it. When I was not moving, it felt fine.
Oh, okay.
But if I were to lift up my arm, it hurt. Which
Yeah.
is not great because I was watching a 3-year-old and he constantly wants to be picked up to do
Right.
things.
My shot kind of came out of nowhere. So I had D&D to plan for, which was
Right.
fine, but I also had a video to edit. And even though I'm a lefty, I use the mouse with my right hand, which is
Right.
where he did wasn't thinking. He was just give me the hand you don't write with, the arm you don't write with,
Yeah.
And I forgot, I'm not writing shit, but I am doing computer stuff, and I use my right hand for that, because I'm a freak.
No, I mean, mouses are set up to be your right hand. So
Yeah. Also, I think when I was a kid, it was on the right because both my parents are righties. So whenever I would go on the computer, because it was a magical box where you could do whatever you wanted as long as it was solitaire, I just rolled up and was this is how mouses are, I guess.
Okay, question.
Yeah.
Because I'm also a lefty.
Yeah.
Do you feel like there's things that you can do with your right hand that you shouldn't be able to do?
Yeah,
Because the
mouse on a
world is-
computer.
Yeah, but my mom is so astounded by the fact that I can cut with righty scissors. And I'm they're all righty scissors.
Yeah.
I just had to adapt.
Oh, see, I cut with righty scissors, but I just use my left hand.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
That's never
I feel like they don't work as well in your left hand because you're the way that it works is when you use it with your right hand, it pushes the blades together.
maybe
and when you
that's
use it with your left, it pushes them apart.
maybe that's part of the reason I suck at wrapping presents.
Maybe it's possible.
Maybe I just if I switched to the right hand, it would be oh my god. But I feel like my right hand can do less in general.
Yeah. I just feel
Also,
I
feel
can do more with my right hand than most righties can do with their left hand.
I feel also maybe part of the fact that I do some things with my right hand, even though I'm a lefty, is due in part to the fact that for the better half of 18 years of my life, I played viola.
Oh yeah,
And
fair.
all the control is with the right hand, and all the weird combination locks you have to solve is with the left hand.
Sorry, I like thinking about it that way. That's
So
funny.
I am glad that the hard part is with the left hand, but the right hand's got, its own work to do as well in that regard, because every violin and viola, the ones that you have to put up to your neck are righty, as it were.
Right.
So it's just like the mouse. You just learn,
Yep.
You gotta learn righty because
I'm there.
yeah, it's so weird.
So yeah, I also got my vaccine in my right arm.
Mm.
I don't know. Do they keep track because they have to do it the other one in the other arm?
Do they?
I don't know, because they wrote mine down, and I was like, is this because you're going to do the second one in my left arm?
No, I think they do
this.
this. I think they do the second one in the same arm.
Okay,
I think it's
good.
the same exact spot.
Good. What else happened to me this week?
I don't know, man.
Oh, last week, this is a lot of explanation for something small.
Go for it.
So I am, as you know, an ASL English interpreter student.
Mm-hmm.
So as
For people who don't know, ASL is American Sign Language.
correct. And as part of one of my classes every week, I need to meet with a deaf person from the community, just to chat, and get exposure to American Sign Language. And last week, he's called my gatekeeper. His name is Greg. He's a really cool guy. He set up like a little mini like ASL club for me with some of his friends, who most of them were deaf. One of them was a hearing interpreter. And it was a lot of fun. But the thing that I wanted to say was he gave me a sign name, which is very exciting.
Oh, cool.
For those people that don't know anything about deaf culture, sign names are basically like they're a deaf culture thing, and you really only get them as being part of deaf culture and being close to the deaf community or being a culturally deaf person yourself.
It was like a "you're one of us, we accept you" type thing.
Yeah, it was cool.
That's cool. I almost asked you what it is, but this is like the only medium that people wouldn't be able to.
I mean, I could show it to you, but people at home won't know what it is. It's this.
Oh, it was so cool.
Yeah.
It was like 50 hand motions. It was so intricate. I cut out a half hour of her doing it.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. So I mean, it's basically just 'cause if you finger spelled every person's name, it would take
forever. Yeah.
Forever.
That makes sense.
So it's just like a shorthand, basically.
Yeah. I bet that works. Not that this was their intention, of course, but I bet that comes in handy a lot in deaf community video calls. Because
do you mean like FaceTime
Skype,
and stuff?
yeah,
Skype?
Skype and stuff. Like if you're in a video call with like multiple people.
Yeah,
because,
for sure.
Because if you're just hanging out, I guess you don't technically need it because you could like maybe tap them on the shoulder or something if you needed to get their attention.
Or
but
pointing is very normal in deaf
culture. Yeah. But if it's all that too, I didn't think of that. If it's all video, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It's awesome. I was very excited. So that happened to me. Other than that, we played D&D last week. It was great.
We've already talked about that on the podcast.
So I won't talk about it anymore.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed it.
I did too. I'm glad everyone enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was like not like the normal ones we've been doing recently, but I liked it.
That was out of necessity.
Yeah, well, yeah. But I liked as you know, I love puzzles. So it was like more of a puzzly type campaign last week. It was cool.
I tried.
Yeah.
Sometimes I talk about comics, but you read comics.
I do.
Talk to me about comics and all the comics you've been reading.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So right
or
now,
as much or as little about comics as you want.
Right now, as you know, I am reading The Curse of the White Knight.
Yes. Sequel to Sean Murphy's Batman. I think it's just called Batman the White Knight, right?
Yeah, correct.
And this one's called Batman Curse of the White Knight.
Yes. The first one was also very good. I really enjoyed it. As you know, you already know this, but I'll explain. some of the plot.
Yeah.
Batman, the White Knight, is about the Joker who takes some medication and suddenly
Well, he's force-fed the medication
Yeah.
by Batman.
he takes the medication and he turns back into Jack Napier.
Yeah.
And he basically convinces Gotham that Batman is Gotham's biggest problem.
It also is like, in today's socio-political climate, Batman White Knight goes down really smooth. It's got
Yeah.
a lot of like, defund the police ? Energy.
Yeah.
That I was all for when I was reading it.
Yeah, it was really cool.
And also the ending is really good and really sad.
Know. And it has the cutest Harley Quinn ever.
Yes.
I'm in love with her.
This White Knight has 2 Harley Quinns, like an old one and a new one.
Mhm.
But the new one like isn't Punchline. The new one is like also Harley Quinn. It's just a different woman.
From what I understand from the first White Knight comic, it's like the Harley Quinn at the beginning, she sort of looks like Suicide Squad Harley Quinn.
That's how I interpreted it. Because
Yeah.
when I read comics, I like to give voices.
Yeah.
And that's what I did. I gave new Harley Quinn Margot Robbie's voice, and I gave old Harley Quinn Tara Strong's voice.
That's fair. But from what I got from the comic, basically the Suicide Squad Harley Quinn is like just some rando
Yeah.
who like decided to pretend to be Harley Quinn.
And Joker just went with it 'cause
Yeah.
he's also crazy.
So real Harley Quinn showed up and was like, "Who the fuck are you?" And new Harley Quinn was like, "Oh," and then that's basically the whole comic. So you're welcome.
That noise he made is also basically the David Ayer Suicide Squad movie.
I have not seen it, by the way.
Oh, you crushed it. You nailed the plot of it.
Good. I'm so glad that I could do that for you. So Curse of the White Knight is different.
Direct sequel, yes?
Yeah, direct sequel. Joker is not, spoiler alert, Jack Napier anymore.
Right.
But it's cool. Azrael is the villain. He's really fucking
He's
cool.
neat, yeah. Does it still have the Bruce Wayne, Batgirl, Nightwing thing that was going on in the last one?
Yes,
Nice.
they're both in it too.
Nice.
I don't want to spoil anything for you, but it's good and you should read it.
Yeah, it's on my list. I'm also really excited. This is still ongoing, but I'm really excited for Batman White Knight Presents Harley Quinn, which is like
Ooh.
a 7-piece follow-up all about Harley Quinn. And actually there's a I believe it's Harley Quinn Black, White, and Red issue 7
Mm-hmm.
is a prequel to White Knight Presents Harley Quinn.
Okay.
It's like a prequel, but also a flashback to like when Joker was like the golden era of the Joker and Harley Quinn doing stuff.
Okay.
And it shows that like even back then Batman had like sympathy for Harley Quinn. Like I don't think she's like him so much. It's cool. If you start reading Harley Quinn White Knight, I'll send you that one.
Okay, cool.
Because it's like the other red, white, and black Harley Quinn stuff. It's only like 19 pages long or something.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
I want to read more Harley Quinn stuff. As you know, I loved Harleen. It was so good.
Yeah.
The art was beautiful, and
Another-
the
that's
story
another-
was heartbreaking.
That's
It was
another
so
guy
good.
who writes and does the art
yeah.
for his stuff.
It's
Stefan Stefan Sajic.
Mm.
I'll never pronounce his name correctly intentionally.
Yeah, so those are good. What else have I read? I've read, I think, what is all of the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina that is out now.
Right, but you said it's unfinished, right?
Yes, and that's unfortunate.
There is there is a one-off all about Madam Satan
Mm-hmm.
that I've not read yet because I haven't read Chilling Adventures yet.
Yeah.
But other than that, I'm pretty sure you've read everything. I don't know why
think
Archie.
so.
I don't know why Archie horror has the tendency to not finish.
I don't know.
Afterlife with Archie isn't finished. I don't think Vampironica is finished.
It's sad because the characters are so interesting and cool, and I like them a lot.
Yeah. Does obviously this doesn't happen in the television show.
Mm-hmm.
But do other Riverdale Archie comic characters show up? Yeah. Yeah. Nice. Cool. Good.
Y'all can't see it, but I am doing some stuff with my eyebrows. I just realized we're doing a podcast. Yes. I think I sent you a shot. Remember I was like, because there were two people like doing a spell, and one of them was like, "Oh, Veronica."
Oh, and it was Betty and Veronica.
Yeah, and I was like, "What the?"
Yeah.
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 My mind was blown.
If you like Harley Quinn, I recommend the new Harley Quinn. It's only 1 issue long right now, but I think it's gonna be really good. I really like it so far. It's the one I sent you screenshots of with that art style.
Yeah.
Which I can only assume is at least tangentially related to Future State Harley Quinn, but Future State Harley Quinn was terrible in a different art style.
That sucks.
Future State Teen Titans was actually like the end. The new Teen Titans is called Teen Titans Academy, and Future State Teen Titans was literally like how that story's going to end, which was super weird and interesting. And they did it in a way where they didn't reveal who Red X was, because that's the big thing this time around. Like, who is Red X? Because it's not Robin, because there's Robin right there. So who is he? And Red X is from the TV show, the cartoon. He's never been in the comics before, but now he is, starting with Future State Teen Titans. Yes.
That is a group that I know very little about. I didn't watch Teen Titans, and I've never read any Teen Titans comics. I literally don't know. I know one of them is called Raven.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
Raven's hit or miss. She's definitely miss in Titans, but then again, a lot of things are. But it really depends on if the story focuses on Raven or not, honestly.
Okay.
If the story focuses on Raven, it's probably going to be boring and predictable. But if it focuses on literally anybody else, then it's probably going to be a good time. And so far in Teen Titans Academy, Raven has shown up once. So
Fair enough.
I'm okay with that. Seems like the focus is mainly Robin or whatever he's calling himself nowadays.
Robin. That's another one.
Yeah.
That was in my brain somewhere.
Yeah.
What else? I mean, so Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. I've read many of the Archie comics, the like new Archie. They just say Archie at the top.
Yeah, the stuff that Riverdale is based off of.
Yes.
The TV show. The stuff made by that's what's his name? The Kingdom Come guy. What's that dude's name?
I don't remember.
I don't remember either. His name is Mark Waid. He wrote that.
I believe you. I'm very bad at remembering who wrote stuff. But those were good and fun.
Yeah.
It's sort of like the TV show where like the focus is everybody.
It's all about Jingle Jangle.
Yeah.
It's Jingle Jangle
Jingle
themed.
Jangle forever.
Every plot point is driven by the existence of Jingle Jangle, a real fictional drug in Riverdale, the TV show.
Yes. And the knockoff D&D game that kills people.
Speaking of Riverdale, the CW TV show that we definitely have let exist for more seasons than it deserves, they're still making that Powerpuff Girls TV show.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. It looks interesting. I'll definitely watch the first episode. And I like that. This is the problem. I like CW shows. I like who they casted as these characters.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I can. I don't know if I will. I don't know. The show's. Do you want to know what the show is called?
Yes.
The show's called Powerpuff because we're CW and we can only name things one thing.
Good. Yes.
Why is all their shows one Arrow, Flash, Riverdale, Batwoman,
Supergirl.
Powerpuff, Supergirl?
I don't know. I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
Supernatural, Legacies.
The Vampire Diaries was a CW show.
Okay.
That's
but then it's two
words.
spin-offs were Legacies and other one.
The originals.
Okay, that is 2 words, I guess. If you shoehorn a "the" in there. There is the Legends of Tomorrow, but I was going to leave them out because I'm trying to make a point. But no, I don't know. I'm going to watch it. I that you tell me Powerpuff Girls, and then you say the word Donald Faison. I'm gonna be there. I don't know if I'm gonna stick around for the whole ride, but I'll definitely show up for the first episode or two.
Which channel was Powerpuff Girls on?
Cartoon Network,
Mm.
which is another weird thing. I don't know why CW gets to make the Cartoon Network show. I don't know. It's weird.
So I have definite memories of watching some Powerpuff Girls, but it definitely wasn't at my house. I think it was at friend's house because my mom notoriously would not let us watch Cartoon Network.
Right.
Because most of their shows were
I thought your mom
fucked.
I thought your mom didn't let you watch Nickelodeon.
No. She didn't like SpongeBob, which was on
Oh.
Nickelodeon. She hated SpongeBob.
So
We
you
weren't
could,
necessarily not allowed to watch Nickelodeon, but she preferred us to watch Disney Channel
that makes
and
sense.
PBS and
Yeah.
ABC
yeah.
Family and
The problem with PBS is it's so much for kids that if you tell your kid like only watch these two channels and one of them's PBS, like they're quickly going to grow out of PBS.
yeah. I think I liked Arthur for a while.
Did you
Maybe longer than I should have.
Arthur? Did you know that Arthur is like 30 seasons long, but it's only like 90 episodes because each season is like 6 episodes or something like that? It's crazy.
That tracks.
Arthur's been going on like for as long
That
as The
makes sense.
Simpsons. Did you watch Zoom?
Yes.
Do you
I liked
remember
that show.
Latex Allergy Girl from Zoom?
No, I
There-
have no memory of that.
There was this girl on one of the Zoom teams, the early 2000s Zoom teams, not the 70s, 80s Zoom teams, because that show is actually a remake. There was this girl who was allergic to latex. So every time they did a balloon challenge, a game involving balloons, she did not participate. And you could always tell when they were going to do a balloon challenge because it would be her giving the instructions. And she would always be like, on today's challenge, we're going to do this with these balloons and all this. And then, comma, now I'm allergic to latex, so
Yep.
I will not be participating. But it's always how it went. It's the only thing I remember about Zoom other than the theme song.
Interesting. I don't remember much about Zoom, honestly, other than the theme song.
I remember really liking it. I just
yeah.
don't remember anything about it. I think it was a skit show, but they also did like activities, like copyable activities that you could play with your friends or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes when people say the Zoom theme song, in my head, instead of singing the Zoom theme song, it goes, Zoom, 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 you make my heart
No,
go boom,
that's
boom.
that's
And it's just from
that's
Xenon.
Protozoa from Xenon, Girl of the 21st Century. You fuck.
I know, but
Don't-
I can't help
don't-
it. It's just a first reaction, and then I'm like, that's not correct. And then it, I do circles in my brain for a sec.
I'm glad you brought up Protozoa from Xenon, Girl of the 21st Century. Can we talk about that creep? He lives on Earth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Xenon. If you've never seen this movie, good. But if you've never seen this movie, Xenon and her best friend Raven Simone live on a space station, and there is a contest, and the contest is hilariously enough, the contest is make a piece of art and mail it to the band Protozoa, and the lead singer of Protozoa, will pick will pick a winner, and then that winner gets to be on stage with them or something.
Yeah.
But he's on.
But they're coming to the space station no matter what.
So here's what happens. She gets in trouble. She doesn't do anything wrong. She actually does the right thing, but the people who send her down to Earth are like evil. The people in charge are like bad or whatever. So they punish her by sending her to Earth.
Uh-huh.
But then you find out that she like grew up on Earth, which is weird. When she reacts to she's like, Rain, what is it? But it's like you were a kid on Earth, so I don't know. That part was always lost to me as a kid.
Mhm.
But essentially, while she's on Earth, her two Earth friends, who are like super hackers, figure out the issue that was wrong with the space station. So she has to devise a way to go back to the space station because she's not allowed to be there. So she finds Protozoa. She
Mhm.
like contacts him,
Yep.
like basically stalks him,
Mhm.
and is like, I made the ugly ass doll that won the contest. I know that you're going to the space station where I live. Please bring me there. And then this fucker, he says yes. And then he does. And then he goes to the space station, which probably has a name.
Mhm.
And then he's performing his song, the one that you sang, the amazing, incredible, best part of that movie.
Yep.
And she's in the crowd where she should not be because she won the contest and she should be on stage with him. But because she got to spend like a whole space ride with him, she lets her best friend Raven Simone go on stage.
Yes.
I wasn't going anywhere with this. It's just a bonkers ass movie. Also, Raven Simone was replaced by a nobody in the second one, and then in between the second and third one, That's So Raven was came out. So Raven Simone was like down to clown with whatever Disney wanted her to do. So she was back for the third one.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
You have a very much more solid memory of Xenon than I do. I mostly had that song in my brain, and that's all of the memories I had of
Do
Xenon.
I sound like an absolute crazy person? Do you know who Raven Simone is?
Yeah, of
Oh,
course I
okay.
know who Raven
Okay.
Simone is. Come on.
That was like the backbone of my story. I just wanted to make sure that I just wanted to make sure that we were on the same page.
Who could have watched Disney Channel their entire childhood and not know who Raven Simone
Oh,
is?
I know.
What I mean, That's So Raven is a classic. And I'm not gonna lie, my mom also thought that show was annoying, but she would have preferred that over SpongeBob.
Yeah. There's a no, that show was good.
I liked that show.
I like that show too.
I think my mom just didn't like children's television, and she was over it.
I mean,
by the
that's-
time I was a kid, there's 3 of us. I'm the youngest.
That's fair. Like my dad didn't like Rugrats. He thought it was really annoying, but like he would just leave every time I watched it.
See,
you know?
my house, you can't really do that.
Okay.
When you walk in my house, it's just like you walk right into the dining room, which is very open to the living room, which is very open to the kitchen. So it's all, unless you go into a bedroom, there's no escaping the living room if the television is on.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, that makes sense.
So my
Um,
mom was just kind of like, no, change it. I don't want to watch this.
Yeah. No, that's fair. I will say though, there's some kid shows now and when we were kids that adults can get down on too, I think.
Oh, yeah, for sure. My parents loved Even Stevens.
Even Stevens was good.
Yeah, Even Stevens was great.
Um
And Boy Meets World. My parents really liked that show.
Boy Meets World was not a kid show. They like have sex a lot on that show.
Not until the later seasons.
Right.
The
right.
like early seasons are like about kids.
Yeah.
Like
Do you remember there
being
was
kids.
do you remember there was a character who was like a 50-year-old who couldn't graduate high school? It was a weird subplot in like many episodes. You brought up Even Stevens, and y'all know who was on that show.
Yep.
My good personal friend Chrissy,
Correct.
star of stage and screen, voice of Yuffie Kitagurasi from Kingdom Hearts 1,
Uh-huh.
Christy Carlson Romano.
Uh-huh.
That's neither here nor there. You brought up Even Stevens, so it's almost like you wanted me to talk about Christy Carlson Romano.
Always want you to talk about Christy Carlson Romano.
Oh well, you see when she was no, and then I like recite her entire Wikipedia article. We got wildly off topic,
We did.
but
This happens a lot.
I want to talk about my week.
Yes,
briefly.
I didn't even. I'm such a bad friend. I didn't even.
Oh no,
ask.
you're you're not a bad friend. Don't say that about yourself.
Well, I just did.
I want to talk about The Circle, the reality show, The
Okay.
Circle, because it's back, baby, and they're releasing 4 episodes a week, and then the finale is going to be on like May 5th or something. So it's going to be like 4, 4, 4, and 1, right?
Interesting. Okay.
That
Is like, I don't think anybody's ever done it that way before. They've
Yeah.
either gone like 1 episode a week or like
the whole thing all
all
at
of
once.
'em.
Yeah.
have at it.
I don't know what kind of deal the people who make The Circle have with Netflix, because Netflix clearly would prefer you drop your whole season at once.
Right. So
Um,
would everybody else in the world.
Also, yeah, Netflix has ruined us, and we are a culture based around binge watching.
if Umbrella Academy season 3 releases 1 episode at a time, I will scream until I get the season finale.
Do you know how much like physical pain I was in waiting each week to watch WandaVision?
Yeah, it was bad.
It, you and I like exclusively filled our time with texting each other about WandaVision.
Yeah, literally. It was really bad. Especially like it was like episode 3 or 4. Remember that I watched like 3 times in
The
like 4
pregnancy
days.
one?
Yeah. And I was like, "Oh, LOL, hey, I'm watching WandaVision again." It was really bad. I watched it on like Friday, Sunday, and Monday.
Do you want
It
to know what I
was so
found out?
bad.
If I can go even more off topic, I do want to talk about The Circle, but real quick, I found out a fun fact about WandaVision. So the 4th episode, the like 80s episode that we all
Mhm.
thought the theme song was going to parody Full House, and then
Yes.
it parodied Growing Pains. I
Growing Pains, great show.
Yes. I've never seen it, but I don't. So I don't know why I said yes, but I'm sure you're right. I was like, why wouldn't you parody Full House? Because the main actress in the show is a big connection to Full House.
Right.
But then I found out that Growing Pains has a spin-off called the Ten of Us, I think it's called,
Okay.
and that show stars Matt Shackman. And if that name sounds familiar, it's because he directed WandaVision, all of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, it is cool. It's cool. MCU is cool. So The Circle.
Yes, please, for the love of God, tell me about The Circle.
Oh, it's so good. This show has like I don't watch much reality TV. I watched The Masked Singer, as we all know, and
Mhm.
that's like, okay. There's 2 types of reality TV. There's like American Idol, and then there's like Jersey Shore, right?
Yeah.
Masked Singer is sort of an American Idol like. And-
Sort of.
You know what I mean? Like there's competition
It's a
shows.
game changer. Is
There's
what
competition
it is, Anthony.
shows, and then there's fuck right off. There's like competition shows, and then there's like we're all hanging around a house shows.
Yeah.
So there's like, and basically Masked Singer is a competition show, and The Circle is one of the Jersey Shore likes. We're just doing whatever.
Yeah.
You know, people get voted off each week or whatever. Except they don't, because it's Netflix, so they like air it as they want. Like not every episode. It has a structure where it's like wake up, play a game, do a thing, play a game, someone gets voted off type thing. But that's not the structure of an episode. That's just how
Huh.
the show is structured. So I just finished episode 4 because that's all there is right now. Only 2 people have been voted off.
That's odd.
So, but this one's like different. Like it has a really interesting way of like making you like all of the characters without spoiling anything. I was happy with the person who got voted off first, not with the person who got voted off second. Sometimes we as humans, I've noticed, especially me,
Mm-hmm.
we are like attracted to that which is opposite of us.
Yes.
And there's this woman on The Circle who I should hate because she is loud and obnoxious and annoying and stupid, but I love her so much. Have you seen the Netflix reality show Too Hot to Handle?
No, but I've heard about it.
This person, her name is Chloe. She was actually on season 1 of that show, and now she's on season 2 of The Circle.
She's just doing a tour of all the reality dating shows, I guess.
She's also British, which is odd because this is the American version of The Circle, which is a British television show.
That is weird, yes.
Um,
Is she a British American?
No. No.
Oh.
I'm not saying you can't. I'm just saying it's an odd choice that they would
that's
would
weird.
say yes to that. I guess they just wanted the face of the Netflix reality TV show face recognition, and I can understand that. But I love her so much, and I wish everything that she gets everything she wants, and that she wins the whole thing. But I should hate her, but I don't. And I guess I just want to ask you why. Why is this? Why do I feel this way?
That's a big question, buddy friend. I'm not sure I have the skills to answer that. I think maybe like a licensed psychologist could tell you the answer to that.
I feel like whatever
I
the
couldn't.
answer. I feel like whatever the answer is, it's the same reason I went out with the girl I went out with in high school. We were like so different, but we went out for like a solid 3.5 years.
Yeah, that makes sense. I feel like that happens a lot, where like people are very opposite. I mean, they have like that old like the saying like opposites attract, but like
yeah,
it's kind of true. Like sometimes
I was trying not to say opposites attract when I was like, you know how we as humans.
yeah, but it's true sometimes. It
Yeah.
happens.
But no, The Circle's good. I really don't want to spoil anything. I highly suggest The Circle. It's like the only reality show I highly suggest. If you if you've not seen it and you want to get into it, do yourself a favor and watch season 1 first because it's really good. And by the time you finish, assuming you watch TV at a normal person rate, by the time you finish Circle season 1, maybe all of season 2 will be out, and you can just go right into that.
Yeah. I still haven't watched it despite you telling me about it for a very long time.
Oh yeah.
Because as we've discussed,
Yeah.
I can't watch more than one television show at a time.
Oh, dude, no, I was telling you.
I don't have the ability.
I was telling you about this the other day. Chris really wants me to watch Vikings, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to watch it. I'm like here wanting to watch Vikings. And I know how I would watch it. It's on Hulu. But I like sat down not to watch it the other day, but to like think about watching it. And I was like, should I watch it? I have a free time tomorrow. And then I was like, let me make sure I'm not in the middle of any other shows. And then I realized that I am in fact in the middle of Neon Genesis Evangelion, which is in Japanese anime. And so stupid. And then so I was like, I'm gonna finish that. I was 10 episodes in. It's 26 episodes. That's it. So I was like, okay. So I banged out like 6 of those, right?
Yep.
And then next day rolls around. Whoops, 4 episodes of The Circle. Guess I'm spending 4 hours today doing this. So, like, I'll watch Vikings eventually. Like,
yes.
Vikings is next on the list, but I do have things to watch before that.
Yeah. I mean, this is not how I normally am, I guess, when I'm just, like, a normal working person, but I'm in school right now. So, the show that I'm watching right now is Jane the Virgin.
Yes. How is that, by the way?
It is so good.
You
I
seem
love
to-
Jane the Virgin so much.
Yeah. Is that the, that's a CW joint, right?
No, I don't think it. I think it might have been on like ABC or something.
Oh, okay.
I don't think it was on the CW.
Okay.
I could be lying about ABC. I don't know, but I always thought that Jane the Virgin was gonna be a really stupid show.
I'm glad you said that because it looks stupid.
It
It
does.
does.
It looks very stupid, and I also assumed that it was Immaculate Conception, which I was like, I don't want to watch this show about
Oh, yeah.
Immaculate Conception because
Right.
that's not real.
It's not a real phenomenon.
But it's not Immaculate Conception.
Oh, okay.
In the very first episode of Jane the Virgin, she goes to the gynecologist to get a pap smear,
Okay.
and there's another patient who's there to be artificially inseminated.
Okay.
And the doctor is very tired and confused, and she
Okay.
accidentally artificially inseminates Jane
I see.
instead of the other person. So Jane gets pregnant as a virgin, even
Got
though
it.
she went to the gynecologist for a pap smear.
Yeah.
So, but it's set up like a telenovela.
Oh, okay.
So it's basically like a soap opera, but it like kind of makes fun of itself.
Right.
It's really good.
Okay.
And it has a really funny narrator. And they do things where like they'll put like words up on the screen. I just love it so much. And if you think that Jane the Virgin is a stupid show, you should give it a try. Because I think it's great and I love it so much. The end. Forever. Goodbye.
I'm now I'm on the IMDb page because I want to see stuff about it. Gina Rodriguez, I knew that.
I love her.
Who's the narrator? Anthony Mendez. Never heard of that person before.
Her dad, Rogelio de la Vega, is my favorite character I think ever. He is so funny and I love him. He's a telenovela star, so he's like really dramatic and he really cares about his Twitter followers.
Oh, okay.
He's great.
I've never heard of any. Oh. There's one actress. Oh, besides Rosario Dawson. I obviously know who that is. There's one actress in this show that I recognize because she's also on Supergirl.
Got it. So I'm watching Jane the Virgin right now. Whoops, I
What
just
have you
dropped
done?
something. I'm watching Jane the Virgin
it's-
right
yeah,
now, and I'm in school, so I basically watch like 2 episodes of Jane the Virgin a month because that's
Oh,
all
yeah.
I really have time for.
Yeah.
And there's 5 seasons, and I just started season 4, so I'm gonna be watching Jane the Virgin for a while.
Until 2024. Yeah.
Because each episode is like 45 minutes, and there's always like 22 of them in a season.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Speaking of 45 minutes,
Mhm.
we're almost at the end of our podcast. So
Yay.
let us check in on my best friend and yours, Gwyneth Paltrow.
Excuse me.
In a segment I like to call Goop Troop.
Oh, good. Okay.
So you've informed me that you are already aware of what Goop is.
Yes.
For those of you who don't know, actress Gwyneth Paltrow has a what she refers to as a lifestyle brand called Goop, which is essentially a snake oil racket where she wrings money out of impressionable 20-somethings with her healthcare nonsense. And none of it's real. None of it works. None of it is real. She has a product called Psychic Vampire Repellent.
And she has vagina-scented candles.
Yeah, she has the "This Smells Like My Vagina" candle, and it
I
burns
don't like
someone's house
it.
down.
I don't like it.
Yeah, it's weird. So
I don't even like the thought of it.
I don't like the thought of it either.
Who wants to smell a vagina in your room all the time? Not me.
Not me either. Gotta say,
Like-
especially
like,
if and
Okay,
this
here's
is
the
never,
thing.
Yeah.
Vaginas smell.
Yes,
That's normal.
yes,
And that's cool.
yes. You can.
But I don't want to. I don't
Right,
want a candle
yes.
that smells like it.
No, that's the thing. You can like or dislike the smell of a vagina, but don't make your room smell like a body part, a specific body
No.
part. It's weird.
No.
So I've navigated to a brand new part of the website, which is the Goop Mother's Day gift guide.
No.
So I have found 2 items that I need to express are right next to each other. Oh, so how the game works is I'm going to read you a listing, and I can show you the picture of it if you want. And I'm going to read you everything about it except the price. Your job is to guess what the price is.
Got it. I'm on it.
So, this is the first product. It is the Huram HAA Slow Juicer.
Excuse me.
So this is here's the picture for you.
Okay.
This is you put fruit in it and it turns into juice type thing. So it is the Huram HAA Slow Juicer, and the description of it is: this sleek juicer won't cramp your countertop style and squeezes slowly, just 43 revolutions per minute, to produce the freshest, best tasting, most nutritious juice. How, you ask? It's all in the auger. It's designed to mimic a hand squeeze, and it's made with heavy-duty Ultem to handle years of use. Some of these make me feel like I've entered a movie halfway through.
Mm-hmm.
If your family experiences...
Oh, no. What the...
Sorry. I've never read this before. I'm just going to muscle through it. If your family experiences pulp friction when it comes to juice, no worries. There's a pulp control level and 2 strainers so everyone can juice to their desired consistency. And then she gives the height. I always say she like it's her doing it. She gives the height, width, and depth. Like that could matter a fuck, and how big it is, and it's made out of ABS plastic.
Okay.
So this is a kitchen utensil,
Uh-huh.
like one would have a toaster or a blender,
Mm-hmm.
but it makes juice when there wasn't juice. You take
Okay.
fruit and you turn fruit into juice.
So it's a juicer. It's just a regular juicer, but they're calling it a slow juicer because that's cooler.
They're calling it a slow juicer because it sounds like it takes longer, but that's intentional because it's meant to, what did she say? Mimic a hand squeeze. Which, like,
That is the
if you
worst
really need-
phrase you've ever said to me.
if you really need this plastic and metal device to mimic a hand squeeze, just do a hand squeeze.
Yeah, I don't understand. Why not just get a regular juicer? Anyway.
So, Kelsey, how much do you think Gwyneth Paltrow is selling this product for on her website, goop.com?
Okay, well, see, I've been on goop.com before,
I'm assuming to make fun of it and not
Oh,
actually purchase something.
Yeah, well, see, the original purpose was because somebody told me that there was vampire repellent on there.
There is. That was probably me. It's my favorite product.
It was probably you.
It's got beach rocks in it, and one of the ingredients is love.
And I thought it would be funny to get it for my mom as a joke because my
Mhm.
mom's afraid of vampires.
But I'm sure this vampire repellent is like $9,000.
Yeah, it was way too expensive for a joke. I thought it was going to be like $30 and I would
Yeah,
have bought
that's-
it and been like, haha, mom, here's some vampire
That's the
repellent.
thing about this site and this game. Chris almost always gets it wrong, but it's not his fault. They're just ridiculously priced.
Yeah. So keeping that in mind.
Yes.
I'm going to say that this slow juicer is approximately $900.
Interesting. Okay. This slow juicer will set you back $459.
Okay, I went too high.
You actually exactly half almost. Yeah. So there's that.
That is outrageous.
So here's the second product, and I want to stress two things I already said. Not only is this product right next to the other product in the catalog, but we are still in the Mother's Day gift guide section.
Okay.
So this is called the Womanizer Premium.
No.
This is, of course, as you almost certainly guessed, a vibrator. And it
I mean, okay, listen.
looks like this.
I support your mom having a vibrator. Don't buy it for her.
Right,
Do not
yeah.
buy your mom a vibrator.
Yeah, no, your mom can do whatever she wants with her body. Also, I should mention this item is non-returnable.
Good.
Wonder why.
It shouldn't be.
Wonder why, Gwyneth. This is how it starts. It's just like as the description starts as if I was like, what is it really though? Because this is how it starts. It's an air pulsing clitoral vibrator that, feels a lot like oral sex. You
Okay.
just turn it on, place the stimulation head over the clitoris to form a seal, and let it do its thing. The vibrator is waterproof. No shit. Ergonomically designed, has an autopilot mode to keep things surprising,
Yeah.
and is made with quote-unquote smart silence technology. So it only switches on when in contact with your skin and shuts off if you need to set it aside. Okay, we're goofing. That is like the vibrator, like, innovation of the century.
Yeah, fuck. That's actually really
If it's
cool.
just always on and then you put it up to your skin and then it goes and then that's cool. Medical grade silicone, body safe, ABS plastic, length and width. Who cares? 12 intensity levels. That's a fuck ton.
Yeah, that's probably
100%
too many.
waterproof. USB rechargeable. Here's the part that tickled my fancy. What a weird thing to say. USB rechargeable, charges fully in 120 minutes with a running time of 240 minutes. Who is using a vibrator for that long?
Well, that means you can use it many times without having to charge it.
See, maybe this is just my modern day everything has a fucking plug mentality, but I feel like I would use it for however long or short I use it and then plug it in, wash it, and then plug it in regardless. I feel like it's a thing that plugs in, so it's always plugged in. That's where my head is at, you know?
I guess. But I just feel like it's more convenient to not have to.
Yeah, no, totally. I understand that.
Yeah.
But I see the numbers 240 minutes, and I'm just like, first of all, no. And second of all, I'm burping because, like usual, we ate before we podcasted. I don't know. There's probably a me personal thing, but I just feel like I would use it and then charge it regardless. But so this,
Also, I'd just like to point out real quick,
yeah,
after you said it's waterproof, you said, no duh.
yeah.
There are a lot of vibrators that are not waterproof.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, good for Gwyneth for
Yeah.
getting the one that is.
Usually the nicer ones are the waterproof ones, and they're like, take it in the bath or the shower.
Oh, I
That's
see.
the
I see.
That's the thing.
Could you, before we get to the pricing,
Uh-huh.
can you just imagine a scenario where you or me, doesn't matter, is like, Mom, happy Mother's Day. I
No.
got you a vibrator. Not only did I get you a vibrator, I got you one called the Womanizer Premium.
No, I can't. I can't imagine that because that is something I would never do. That is the worst situation I can possibly think of. No, thank you.
How much do you think Gwyneth Ann Paltrow is asking for the Womanizer Premium? And I'm going to Google Gwyneth Paltrow's real middle name while you do that.
Well, knowing what I know about vibrators, which is not a super lot, knowing what I know about the price of vibrators and the expensive ones and the price of things on this Goop website, I'm going to go solid $200.
$199.
Yes! I did it!
Nice.
I fucking did it.
Hell yeah. Gwyneth Paltrow, star of Iron Man 1 and Shallow Hal. Her middle name is Kate.
Oh.
And she wanted $199 for this. That
That's-
being said,
Honestly, like, if I may,
yeah,
that's not that bad for a vibrator.
it's not that bad. It's still a fuck ton of money.
It is.
Like that's the thing. Like sometimes they're reasonably priced. I would say this one is one that is reasonably priced, but you could get a similar. I only assume you could get a similar level of stimulus with a much cheaper one.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Pretty much.
I was scrolling down the Mother's Day gift guide section. I was like, this is not working. It's just clothes and, books and stuff. And then I was like, a vibrator. Oh, it's right next to a juicer. Oh, neat.
Yeah, I don't. Listen up. This is a PSA to everybody listening to this podcast.
Yeah.
Do not buy your mother a vibrator
If
for
you
Mother's Day.
are hearing Kelsey say, don't buy your mother a vibrator, and you're thinking to yourself, but I hold a relationship with my mother that buying her a vibrator wouldn't be weird. It is.
Yep.
Do not buy this for your mother.
Let her do it herself. Please. For the love of God.
Yes. Yes.
The
I'll
end.
need to- I'll
End
need
of
to-
PSA.
I don't need to know about that. And hey, guess what your mom is saying? She's also saying, I don't need to know about that,
Yeah.
about all this.
Yes.
There's regardless of gender, there are things that mother and child should not discuss,
Yeah.
regardless of gender or age. And this might be one of them.
I mean, no matter how sex positive you are with your mother,
Right.
you don't need to do that for her. She can do it for herself.
Right. Yeah. Yes. And I definitely don't need Gwyneth Paltrow to tell me
No.
how to do any of that. How to buy things for my mom. How to stimulate my clitoris.
I don't need Gwyneth Paltrow to tell me how to do anything.
I don't need. Yeah. She's not great. Can you believe that we, as an American society, and I guess a world society, have allowed Goop to persist for going on 13 years now?
It's been that long?
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
That's fucked. I didn't watch the Goop show, but I assume
Chris
it's a
did.
bunch of weird nonsense.
I watched a video about someone watching the Goop show, and I can concur that it was. It seems as though it was a bunch of weird nonsense.
Good.
And you'd think that the Goop show would be would shoehorn in and today we're using this Goop product.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't. They just do a bunch of weird. It's like they took their fascination with fake mental healing and self-care
Mm-hmm.
to an extreme level where they were like, we're not going to talk about any of our bullshit products. We're going to do bullshit activities that no one should be doing, like skinny dipping in below freezing water.
Oh, yeah.
And-
That just sounds dangerous.
And smoking the worst possible mushrooms to smoke in Jamaica where mushrooms are legal and stuff like
Jesus.
that.
yeah, that just sounds like they're asking for to be hurt.
Yeah. Yeah, she's fucked.
They're
but
asking for the pain. They you could say, in fact, they're cruising for a bruise.
for cruising for a bruising. Somewhere along the line. somewhere along the line.
Yeah, so one or many of those things could cause bruising.
Well, thank you for listening to everyone who's not Gwyneth Paltrow, star of Shallow Hal and Avengers Endgame.
Shallow Hal, the worst movie possibly ever.
I've never seen it, and it's because you say that about it, and I believe
Yeah.
you. She's like
It's too bad Jack Black's in it because I really like him.
she's, to my knowledge, Shallow Hal is about a fat woman who is not really fat. It's Gwyneth Paltrow in a fat suit.
Yes.
And then, like, Jack Black, like Eye of the Beholder style, like hits his head and sees her as beautiful.
yeah, so
But he doesn't
what
see her as
happens
beautiful. He
is-
sees her as skinny, hot,
Yes.
99% Gwyneth Paltrow.
Yes, but Gwyneth Paltrow, the character that she plays,
Yeah.
is real life like a very fat person.
Right.
And Shallow Hal sees the beauty in her because he sees her as skinny, which is
Right.
the worst message possible.
I think that,
Go fuck yourself, the writers of Shallow Hal.
well, here's the thing. First of all, yes. But here's the thing. When I heard about this movie and its existence and its plot and stuff, I could see because this will happen with movies a lot, I bet you anything that in the writer's room for this movie, it started along the line with good intentions. Like, I think the first draft of this film was not the final draft of this film. Like, I think that someone wrote a touching movie with a message about, self-worth and stuff like that, and then through a series of writers and rewrites and studio involvement, it turned into what we saw. I have no confirmation of that. I just am theorizing that based on what I know about how many rewrites movies go through.
yeah, I want to believe that, but based on when Shallow Hal came out, I want to say it's probably not true because, nowadays people are more accepting of body positivity, but
Yeah.
back then
Oh, wait, when was this movie made?
it was like in the 90s, I think.
Oh.
I don't know exactly when,
Nah.
but it was not recent. And basically, like, fat people are the butt of the joke, and
Okay.
that's it.
Yeah. Isn't it
It's-
weird that, like, in the 90s and the early 2000s, there was, like, a low level of, like, accepted bigotry that we all, like,
Yeah.
subscribed to. It's like,
Mhm.
it's okay to make fun of these people a little,
Mm-hmm.
and we're all cool with that. And, like, that shit will not fly now.
Yeah.
So weird.
It's like the era of like, what's his name? Who's that guy? He was a comedian and he died really early, really young. And he did Beverly Hills Ninja, and what is that? Is that the right title of that movie?
I don't know what you're talking about. I apologize.
Hold on.
I've
hold
never
on,
heard
hold
of
on, hold
anything.
on. He was in Tommy Boy.
Oh, Chris Farley.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't
It's
think
the
there was
era-
I'm not gonna lie. I don't think there's a movie called Beverly Hills Ninja.
Well, he's in a movie about ninjas.
Yeah, he's in Tommy Boy and the other one that's not.
It is called Beverly Hills Ninja.
Oh.
Thank you very much.
Oh no, the poster's bad.
Yeah. So basically, like, Chris Farley was great. He was super funny,
Yeah.
but he was the butt. He was the butt of every joke. 'Cause he was
Right.
a fat guy.
Well, it's just
And like, I know that he personally made the decision to be in those movies,
Right.
but like, that's what movies were for fat people.
it's just like Kevin James. If you watch a Paul Blart movie, the butt of like almost every joke is like, look at that fat idiot fall over. But then
Yeah.
Kevin James has to stand up, and he is Kevin James, and he lives with that fat body.
Exactly.
just, like-
That's what I'm saying.
And it's like, I guess it's like, and he probably wrote the film. I'm pretty sure he wrote Paul Blart too, so I'm sure he wrote the fat jokes about himself.
After being in the movie business for so many years and getting that same role over and over and over again.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. It's just so weird, like, that we're supposed to be like, look at how fat he is. And it's like, that's just what Kevin James do. That's just
Yeah,
what Kevin
I just-
James is.
Yeah, like, I just want a movie where there's a fat person and their story isn't surrounded by the fact that they're fat. They
Yeah.
just exist in a fat body. That's all I want.
Yeah.
That's cool. 'Cause fat people exist like that in real life. Fat people are just living their lives.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's all I have to say about Shallow Hal. You're welcome.
I was gonna. Okay, this is how fucked Hollywood is. I was gonna bring up Pitch Perfect. I've never seen Pitch Perfect,
Mhm.
but I know that Rebel Wilson is in that movie, and I was like, that's probably a movie that handles that well. And then I remembered that character's name is literally Fat Amy.
Yeah, she calls so the in the movie she introduces herself as Fat Amy.
Oh, okay.
And they're like, "Why are you called Fat Amy?" And she was like, "Well, I figure you guys are all going to call me that behind my back, so might as well
Oh, I see.
claim it for myself."
Okay.
And like, I get it, but
It's kind of, that's like in between a good and bad message.
yeah.
That's like, I can see the intention behind that, but I still think that might not be a great idea.
Yeah. Also, they like make Rebel Wilson as the fat person in that movie be like the one that's like not as good at singing.
Oh, okay.
And like maybe that's just because Rebel Wilson isn't like a singer. She's a
Right.
Canadian, but like at the same time you could have faked it. You could have faked it.
Was it? I'm losing my mind. Wasn't Rebel Wilson also in a movie that was like Shallow Hal? Wasn't she in a movie where she was like trapped in a rom-com and like Chris Hemsworth is all over her or whatever?
Yeah, I can't remember what that one's called. There was
think it's-
another one similar to this called I Feel Pretty, but that's not Rebel Wilson.
That's the whatever her name is.
Yeah.
What the fuck is her
She's
name?
a female comedian. I
She
can't
was like
remember her
super
name.
famous for like 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, and she started a cooking show during quarantine where she like learned how to cook from her chef husband.
What is that fool's name?
Um
I can't remember her name.
Me either. I'm looking it up.
Okay, Amy Schumer.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay.
I got there. I knew it was Amy something, but my brain was like, say Amy Smart, and I was like, shut up.
if
yeah,
you
no,
had
but
said Amy, I might have been able to come up
Yeah.
with Schumer.
That'll do it for us though. Thank you so much for listening. Couple things.
Sorry we got off topic so very
Oh
many
no,
times.
it's fine. No, I had a fun time. I think we had a good couple conversations.
Yeah.
Couple things. Let's see. Our latest video essay was one that I did about a Pokemon called Deoxys. So go watch that. Deoxys is one of the Pokemon that I've never really. This will happen sometimes. It's called Isn't It Romantic? I knew it was something like that. This will happen to me sometimes where I learn about where I'll be like, I've never really paid attention to that Pokemon, and then I'll research them and I'll have a newfound respect for them because they're so cool. But this time I took it a little farther and I did some research of my own, and I think I came up with a pretty compelling conversation.
Cool.
So go watch that. I have no idea what's coming out this weekend because, like I said, we're recording this a week ago and we don't have anything planned for that day right now. So maybe there will be nothing. Who knows? Come check us out on Twitch.
Yeah.
By the time you're listening to this, the next time we stream is Sunday, and we'll be streaming Wind Waker with Chris continuing his playthrough of Legend of Zelda Wind Waker. Our theme song is Sunny Day by Froggy and the Friendship off of their one and only album that I don't think you can get visually, but you can listen to it for free on their SoundCloud, link in the description. Our Let's Play theme song is the 8-bit version of that song, also composed by them, also on their SoundCloud, also link in the description.
I also listen to their album on Spotify.
Yeah, more often than not, I'll go into your car and our theme song will be playing, and I'm like, oh, hi.
Yeah.
I
'cause Froggy's great.
didn't know you were such a fan of me. This has, of course, been a prank show. Chris canceled last minute, so I brought my
I'm
friend Kelsey,
lightning.
and yeah,
No, I'm lightning.
yeah, yes, and I'm thunder.
Okay.
And
Good.
until-
We did this good.
we did it in the order we're supposed to, and everyone was impressed with us. And until next time, I guess I'll just do it over because that's what my body wants to do. Until next time, I've been Thunder.
And I've been lightning.
Stay safe, stay clean, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Hi. Let's keep this brief.
For the month of April, we'll be conducting
our biggest contest and giveaway yet.
The goal?
Help us reach 200 subscribers on YouTube and 35 followers on Twitch.
Here's what you can get if these goals are met.
Please make sure to follow, subscribe, and share this video with your friends.